Is my grandpa secretly Commissioner Gordon? What burger of the day do I want to eat today? How does Ben Grimm have children? How is Hope gonna get herself out of this one? Let's have a conversation.
Hello, welcome to Conversations with the Goob. That's me. Let's have a conversation. This week I thought we'd talk about names. Now I know I normally don't like to give out my first name on YouTube. I know a lot of YouTubers that don't, like Ryukar. No one knows what his real name is. And I kind of feel like that's a way to keep people from being able to hunt you down. I don't have any fans like that. The only people that are my fans, like Sam and Levi, they know who I am, so they're gonna hunt me down anyways. My name is Nathaniel. Very long name. It's 9 letters. So growing up, whenever we'd have tests, I always hated it because when you're younger and you're a kid and you have to write out Nathaniel on your test, and you only have so long to take the test, it takes so much longer. So I would write Nate. My dad would get mad at me, and so I never was allowed to write Nate. Even though he would never see it, and he probably would have never known, I just, in the back of my mind, would think, I'm not allowed to write Nate because that's not what my name is. And my dad would actually say that to my friends. If he heard them call me Nate, he would be like, his name is not Nate, it is Nathaniel. Then there's people that try to shorten it to Nathan. That's a completely different name. So Nathaniel means gift of God. Nathan means gift from God. I know it's just a little word, of and from, but it makes a huge difference. Gift of God is like being given Thor. Like when Odin sent Thor to Earth, he gave the gift of God to Earth. Gift from God is like getting a box of chocolates from Odin. Huge difference, right? So, gift of God is a much better name than gift from God. Even though a gift from God is a great gift, it's less than of God, you know? Or you could say, like, gift of God isn't, like, legit, like, of a God, but, like, gift of God as in, like, it's a part of Him. So, a gift of Himself. Whereas gift from Him could mean anything. It could just be, hey, I found this rock and I liked it, so here you go. Nathan is not my name. Nathan is not short for Nathaniel. It just so happens that Nate is short for both Nathan and Nathaniel. But Nathan and Nathaniel are two different names. I can see that another one would be William. Well, William is Bill and Will. That has 2 nicknames. That's not 2 different names. Shorten. I can't think of any other names off the top of my head that have 2 different names that shorten to the same nickname. I know William could shorten to 2 different nicknames. So yeah, I guess that's another thing to leave down below. Comment down below if you have a name that can be short. It has 2 different names. I mean, you could say Billy and Willie, both short to Bill and Will, or, you know, Billy could be Will, and et cetera, et cetera. I don't know how Bill is short for William, though. Like, I've never gotten that. I've never understood that. If your name is William, if it should be shortened to Bill, Will makes sense. But if your name is Bill, your first name should be Billiam, and I know that's a joke that's been made a lot of times, but I don't know, man. What are some other... Anyone know any other names that have 2 different names that are completely different names, even though they sound similar, that shorten to the same nickname? Leave that down below. That could be part of the conversation. And what about your name? Were you allowed to go by a nickname, or do your parents force you? Like, I like to call Wesley. I don't think his name is... I actually call him Wesley. I think it's Wesley. But he goes by Wes. He's never said that he's not allowed to go by something short. Oh, man. Levi, I don't think he has a longer name. I like to think Leviticus. I think that's a biblical book, but I doubt that's actually his name. If it is, it's very cool, and I would have called you Leviticus. Um, but anyone else have a name that they didn't like using their full name? Like, if your name is William, and you're like, you feel like I'm barely 18, William is such an old man's name, why you call me William? And so you would have rather have gone by Willie or Will, but your parents wouldn't let you. Like, my dad's whole thing was, my name was Nathaniel. That's what he named me. That's what my name was. It's not Nate. Don't call me Nate. That's not my name. Nate is a nickname, but that's not my name. I guess Nathaniel means gift of God, and he got it from Last of the Mohicans, Nathaniel Natty Bumpo. So Natty he might have been okay with. In fact, my oldest friend Sherry always calls me Natty. He yelled at her, though. I think she called me Nate, and he yelled at her. That was one of the first friends. He scared her so much. His name is not Nate. It's Nathaniel. That was funny. But yeah, do you have to write a long name for your name on papers because your parents tell you your name is this and not a nickname? Or were you allowed to go by a nickname even though you have a longer name and you've never ever used your full name? I use Nathaniel professionally now. When I'm at work, that's what I want to use. When I fill out forms, I use Nathaniel. If I'm with friends, I use Nate because it's a shorthand nickname. But growing up, when I was taking those tests, and I already didn't have much time because it's a test, I hate timed things. I would freeze up. Writing Nathaniel takes so much more of my time. But yeah, so let's have a conversation about it. Leave it down below. And as always, you don't need to have superpowers to be a hero.